Okay. Hi, everybody. Hi. Ah. We'll start in a second. Just testing things out.
That's what I need. That's what I need. That's what I need.
Happy Tuesday. Welcome to Tuesday. Alright, let's see if we can get it going here. Let me bring this down a little bit. That should be good, right? We got the music. We got our microphones working. Maybe turn that down just a bit so it's not blowing out your ear. If it is, I'm sorry. Okay, here we go. Let me turn this down a little bit in my headphones so I can hear. Hi everybody. Today we're going to try and make some fun stuff. I'm gonna try and make a TV, basically a scene for OBS. Something where I can. It's gonna be a TV, and then basically it's gonna have like a little overlay, so it goes over my webcam. Let's start it up. We're gonna try and see if we can do it in Illustrator, and go from there. All right, here we go. So let me get this started. The first thing that we're gonna do, I think, is we're going to go to the custom here. I'm just gonna do. Let's not do 2000 by 2000. Let's make this 1920 by 1080. Here we go for the web. Let's create that. Look at that little cute face. Okay. And what we want to do first is I want to maybe put a grid on here. I just learned how to use the grid tool this morning. So fun. Here we go. I'm gonna go like this. Got a grid, and then if we do, basically I'm clicking and holding, and then if I hit the arrow keys, I can add columns. So I'm gonna try and make it look like even squares here. Let's see, let me count here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Alright, let's go 24, 23, 22, 21, 20. And then let's go look about even. Let's go like that. Let's go with that. It doesn't need to be too crazy big, you know. Alright, so what we're gonna do is let's actually lock this grid and pull. Oh, first I want to do this. Let's change the color here of our lines. So basically what this is going to do is just going to change the color of the lines of the grid, and I want them to be like a light blue. Just kind of go with this color. Maybe make it a little bit darker. There we go. Like a nice light blue like that. And you can't really see it now, so let's click off here. That's our grid. So we're just going to lock that in place. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually see if I can find a... well, let's take this. Make sure it's zoomed in real nice. Let's take a look at our grid. And it's not too bad. It doesn't need to be perfect, I guess. Because we're just going to be moving it around anyway. So let's first make a square. It's going to make a basic TV. So let's make a new layer here. And I'm going to do this. Let's change this back to that. So basically changing the outline to black and the fill color to white. I'm going to switch these around, and I'm going to actually take off the fill color. So I'm sorry, the stroke. So take the stroke, get rid of that, and let's see. Let's make a rectangle here. I want to make kind of an old school looking TV, I think. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of get something for reference. Let's go with, yeah, something like this. I know you guys can't see what I'm looking at right at the moment, but that's a good one. Let's see, let's open this. Copy it here quick. That I'm going to drag this into here. Got this little TV image that I'm going to use. We're not going to copy directly from it here. Let's make it a little bit smaller so we can put it up in the corner. We just have a little reference here. Let's shrink it a little bit more here. There we go. Okay, so we have that as a reference that we can just kind of look at. So what we're gonna do is we see first, it's pretty rectangular. So let's go over here, select our rectangle here. I'm gonna do a rounded rectangle so that the edges are nice and round. And let's just kind of go. Let's go into view. Let's make sure it's snapped to pixel. I don't know if it'll snap to grid. I don't think it will, but we're just gonna snap it to pixel. You can try grid. Maybe it'll work. I don't think it will though, because this is a created grid. We'll just have to be kind of careful. Here, we'll zoom in here. Get it right on the nose there. And we're gonna probably stretch it to, let's just stretch it to this. Make it this big. Maybe a little bit smaller. I think it's something like that should be alright. It's a little too big, so what I'm gonna do here is, let me get this, we'll resize it a little bit. Till we get it just the way that we like it. I do think that's okay, it's not too wide. Let's see what it looks like a little bit shorter here. No, I like it that way. I like it this way better. Okay, so there we got our outer rectangle. And I think what we're gonna do is, let's make this, change the color of it. Make it like a grayish, maybe add a little green in it. A little bit darker. Let's go down here. That'll work. We'll make it that color. And let's actually maybe add a stroke to it too. Make that all black. That didn't work, now did it? You want to be clicked on the actual image, on the actual thing that you're working on in the layer. Now we should be able to do that. Give it a black stroke. And let's go to properties. I always like to go 3. There, we basically have that. So we're gonna do another inner triangle, or another inner rectangle here. This one is gonna be a little bit smaller. Let's actually plot out where we're gonna do that. And the easy way to do that is we can actually make this there we go. This, let's bring the opacity down so we can see through it. There we are. Alright, and let's see here. Let's just pick another kind of rounded rectangle because it looks like everything's rounded. And I'm just gonna pick this square here. We definitely won't keep it this size, that's for sure. I like this. I think that's a good size for our screen. Let's take this and we're gonna make it a little bit rounder on the edges. Okay, that's gonna be our screen, but I don't necessarily want it right here. Let's maybe move it about halfway. That. And then we're gonna hold Alt so it kind of stays. Oh, not Alt, I'm sorry. I'm just gonna drag it down into here. Like that. I think that'll be alright. And we're gonna actually make this one, let's make it gray. So it looks like the TV is actually off for the moment. So basically we got that and that. And looks like we got another little rounded circle here. Now what we could do is, if we really wanted to, we could do some photoshopping and we could take that. I might actually do that later, but let's just continue on with making this. We're gonna make this so we got kind of a curved. If you look at this, we kind of got it. It's a little bit curved here. It's not as perfect, right? I think what I'm gonna do. So let's take this one and actually extend it. One more square, because that just, it doesn't look like super on. And this should be a little bit more. A little bit longer there. I think that looks a little bit better. That looks more like a TV here. Alright, now let's take our curvature tool, I think. And we're just going to select this point here. And then I'm going to go halfway in between, wherever the middle is. Let's see here, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So about 10 there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's go right about here in the middle. And another dot here. And I'm just gonna make that straight. I'm gonna put this, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So let's go 1, 2, 3, about here. And put that here. And then we're gonna go about here. Here. And make that, I double clicked it to make that straight. So it's got a straight line and not a curved line. We'll go about in the middle-ish here. Here. And here. Okay, and now I think we can take this. There we go. And we can bend these curves out a little bit. See how it's doing that on all four sides? Kind of bending it out a little bit. Not making it as pointy. So we got that. And I think let's take this. I'm going to hold Control and Alt and then click and drag. We'll just drag it so it's a little bit bigger here. Kind of use the arrow keys to adjust it a little bit. I think this thing, we did this too much to it, so let's make this a little bit more pointy. And let's extend it just a bit. Think like that. And then we're going to change this color back to this. So there we kind of got our TV. Let's go like this. Bring that back here. That looks alright. I could click over here to get rid of that. Okay, that looks good. That looks. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. Let's maybe give this thing some controls on the side, so we can see the controls are close to the size of this inside of our TV here, the little inside part. For simplicity's sake, I think we're gonna do that. We're gonna leave it like that. So let's make this, turn this back to being see-through, so we can see what's going on. And then I think we're just gonna make another rounded rectangle here. Let's actually turn on our rulers, so I'm just gonna hit R to turn on my rulers. Maybe. Oh, shift, control R. My bad, control R. And let's drag out a ruler. Move that. Let's drag out a ruler here, a guide here. This guide about there. Another guide about here. So we have a good guide of oh, I didn't want those guides there. I lied. That's not where I want those guides. Let's hit V, and that'll bring us back to our move thing here. We can move this guide up now. I want the controls to be about, let's say here, and just a bit above here. I think that's good. Let's get one for here. So drag out a guide here. Let's go about here, I think. And we can always adjust this too if we need to. And we're gonna go like this, so it's about the same on the other side. Too much, I think that'll do. And then let's right here. Let's drag this out to right there. And we can see, we get rid of our, oh, duh. Kinda gotta put it on a layer, right? Try that again. Zoom in a little bit here so we can see what the heck we're doing. That and about here. There we go. And let's give this a stroke. Again, we're gonna go 3. And I'm gonna put that into here though. There we go. Stroke. 1, 2, 3. Get out of here. We'll go to view. We're gonna go to hide guides. Oh, if I can find them. Oh, here we go. Rulers, hide. There you go. Guides, hide guides. So we got that. But it looks like what I'm seeing here is that if we look at this image, make it big here so we can see. Bring this all the way to the top here. So if we're looking at the controls, we can see it's a little bit bigger than what that is. That's kind of what we got there. That's cool. So we'll just turn those back on here. And we'll make this small again. There. This is the pain in the ass part about it. Alright. Our reference is being a button right now. There we go. Alright, now let's do the dials here so that we have that available and set up. I'm going to take another ruler here and I'm going to say let's leave this half here for the vent of the speaker, right? Right here, this will be good. If the guide will work for us. Stupid thing. Let's go maybe halfway in between that. Oh, it helped if I turn back on the guides, right? Actually, I kind of like where that is. That. Let's bring this maybe up just a bit. That'll be where the buttons are. And let's see here, let's just draw some circles. We'll use our ellipse tool. And we're just gonna hit Shift and Alt, that way or click, and then hit Shift and Alt, and then drag it out. And it's not perfect, but let's go with that. Let's go a little bit smaller here. Let's go with that. And let's make this be maybe a darker gray. That way we can see it. Let's get this even. Kind of positioned so it's about even. Don't want it touching that. Let's bring it down a little bit more. That looks pretty good. And let's actually increase it just a touch. So I'm going to hit Shift and Alt again. There we go. I think I like that. And then I'm gonna hit click on the shape and hit Alt, and you see how it has those two little buttons, that means I'm copying it. And I'm going to hit shift while I'm doing this as well, so that I can... There we go. Hit shift so that it is in line, and we can see that our circles are a little bit too big, which is fine. Because we can move these down, or we can shrink these circles. Let's shrink those circles. So I'm hitting Alt and Shift to select both of them, and then I'm going to hit this up here right in the corner, click, and then hit Shift and Alt again, and just drag them here to make them a little bit smaller, and then we'll just have to reposition them. So I'm just going to use the arrow keys to bring this up. Just kind of make it a little bit even there. I think that's good. So we got that. Let's turn off our guides here real quick. Actually, let's just make the smaller circles here. Let's do 3 of them. 1, 2, 3 right in a row. And since we already have circles here, let's just copy this circle. So like we did before, we're just going to click on it. I'm going to hold down Alt while we're hovering over this. Get those 2 little circles there. And we're just going to drag. I'm dragging this down. And let's see, I'm going to hit Alt and Shift again so that it drags and it's even. Let's go with this circle like that maybe. Put this up in here. And we'll just copy these 3 just like we did with the last ones. For now, it doesn't matter that it's not perfect. So we got our 3 there. We'll align those up a little bit better. Take this. Probably gonna go like that. 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 And let's move all 3 of them together now. Shift it just a little bit. Yeah, look pretty much in line with the 2 circles here. Let's turn off our guides real quick. Guides, I'm going to hide these guides. I'm going to turn off our grid. I can find it. We can see the circles are a little bit off here, especially down here. So we're gonna have to fix that. Go in and find our circles. 2 and oops. There we go. That looks a little bit better. Now they're nice and even. Now they're nice and even. Alright, and then we're going to, now let's make some lines here for the speaker. We're probably going to want a little background for this. So let's do this. Get our grid back up here. And I think what I'm going to do is let's take our guides. Rulers, guides. Turn these guides off. Show those guides, rather. And I think we're going to go like this. put... Yeah, this is basically... We can clear that guide. We don't need that one anymore. Let's clear this guide. We won't need that. Let's nudge this guy up here. Let's take this guide and let's bring it in so it hits the side of our circle. And this guide in so it hits the side of our circle. I'm gonna actually put this out maybe to there. Let's do that. And let's move this guide. I'm gonna move it up. Kinda like that, I think. And with that one, going to go with another rounded rectangle here. Zoom in a little bit. And I think I'm gonna actually let's make this, give it a fill. Let's make this one a little bit dark here. That. We need to take this one and we need to put this away from our... Oops, hey now. Let's find our circles in here. We gotta do some layer management here real quick. Let's do some layer management here. Let's this up a little bit here so we can actually see our layers. This is our controls. And let's take, let's see. We turn that off. That should take our controls. We're going to call this rectangle here our speaker. I'm going to call this one these are the three that I want to go above the speakers so that they are showing on the actual layer. See how I have these three above that? That's how the layer is kind of sorted there. So we're going to, let's actually change the color of those three. Let's make them a little bit lighter. Let's go like a nice light gray. Oh, you gotta have them selected. Ding dong. Gotta select them, ding dong. There we go. That's a little bit better. They stand out a little bit more now. Actually, why don't we do this? This is our... I don't know, let's just call this knob. What do they call those? It's like the hue and the tint and the brightness, right? Let's just name them something. Let's name this brightness. Brightness knob. I can type. Let's name this tint. I don't even know if that's what they're called, but it is now, right? Just so that we know which one's different and which one's not. And then let's just go vertical. Oops. Vertical knob. Okay. So now we kind of got our speakers section set up here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually take these three. I'm going to create a new layer here. A new sub layer. And I'm going to throw all these right into that. And this will just be called our speaker. We'll just call it speaker, I guess. And we'll call this speaker box. And we're going to add some lines into that speaker area here. And then this will just be our, let's call this selector 1. Let's call this VHF. And then the other one will be UHF. Alright, and then these are just guides, so we could probably not turn those off yet. This is the rectangle for basically our what is this rectangle for then? Let's zoom out here and see what the heck this guy is doing. Where is he? He might be buried under something. I don't think I need him. I'm gonna delete that guy. 'Cause I don't think I need that guy. Later, homie. Alright, and this is our control. It's our control box. That one can stay down here, because that's part of the controls. See, this is controls. These are all the folders inside of the controls. So we got speaker. We're going to put these in their own little sub layer. Let's create another sub layer here. Put these under here. And this actually goes under controls. This, gosh. Selector knobs. And we have our speaker. These two. Are supposed to stay under there. Selector knobs. Make sure that's looking right. That's good, that's good. So we got our selector knobs. Our guides are still in here, which is fine. Our control box is in here, which is good. Add guides. So this is our TV screen. This is our inner TV box. This is our main TV box. So I think what we're gonna do is we're just gonna definitely leave those in there. And that's our reference here. Get out of here. Let's start on doing the lines here. We're gonna put a bunch of lines going down here, like, alright, that's in our, let me see if I can open this image here, and a big old window I can bring over here. Now if we look, we got our big old lines in here, so we'll add in some detail there. And we might do something interesting here to kind of give it a more sunken in look, but for now, we're just gonna leave it. Looks like this is kind of interesting too. We can do something with that. Depending upon how detailed we want to get with it. And let's make this, let's move these guides here again. We're gonna plot out where we're gonna put our lines, where they begin and end. And I know on the actual picture that it shows that our knobs are a little bit smaller. But I think I'm gonna leave them, bigger. Well, no, let's not leave them bigger, right? Let's actually do this. Let's do a new sublayer. Get it out of there. Let's bring our knobs here. This is our, I don't know, what do you want to call these? Small knobs. That'll work. And then let's actually just select this whole thing. And we're gonna go like this. So we're selecting them all. And I hold Shift and Alt and drag them down. I'm just gonna make them a little bit smaller. That way our lines can kind of go past this like it shows in our reference image. And now we can draw some lines. Let's zoom in here to our little control box so we can see a little bit better. Find our lines here. I'm gonna use the pen tool. And I'm gonna just do a point here. Drag it out. And let's do a point right about here. So we got that. Let's make it, take that, and we're gonna give it a little bit of a stroke. Change the fill color to black here. Not easy to see. That's because we got this whole thing. Alright, let's change this box color here. Right, let's bring this to a more brown. Something that matches, kinda. we need to put this back up to 3 on the stroke. If we were had it selected, it would do it. Three. Make that. There we go, finally. And we're gonna take this, and we're just gonna copy it like we did the other one. And hold Alt, so we get the little key, double arrows there. And make sure we're hovered over it, and click on it, press Shift, and drag it on down. Drag it on down to here. Of course, it didn't drag down right. That's pretty far away. Let's nudge it up a little bit here. That looks alright. I'm just gonna take this. We're gonna go like this. Nudge it down just a hair. That. I'm gonna take this. 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 And we're gonna bring it. It's easier to do it down in here. And hold Alt. Click. Shift and drag. We got that stupid little thing in here. We don't want that. There we go. Goodness gracious. Alright, so we're getting the lines in here. I'm just going to take all these. This. There we go. And get over it, hold Alt, that, and drag it down. Thank you. There we go. And do that, and now we can just delete out the ones that we don't want. Delete that one. And let's get rid of our guides here real quick. I know there's a shortcut to it, but I don't know what the shortcut is. It's Control semicolon and hide guides. Alright, and I think what I want to do here is... let's actually move all these. Let's make it easy to do this. To make it easy to move. So let's create a new layer, new sublayer, whatever. Control Z. New sublayer. There we go. We're going to take all these little lines and we're going to put them into this. Then we can just do this. And let's actually turn off the grid. So it lets us kind of shimmy them a little bit. We have a basic TV started. Let's change the color on those. Because I do think that it's still too big. Or it's still too dark. Yeah, let's change that. Let's go to this. Now that's a little bit too late, huh? Well, we'll have to go in between that then. Let's maybe try that. That looks good. I'm cool with that. I do want to kind of make it more even here, and I might take this speaker and just bring it up a little bit. Because I don't like the way that it sits right at the bottom of that. I want it to be up a little bit. So we're going to take the... trying to see how I want to do this. Let's delete this. And take this and let's hold shift so it stays kind of put there. And I might bring it up even more. So it's kind of even on the bottom. We can take all our little lines here. We can bump them up just a tad. Maybe take our knobs here. Bump those up just a little bit. Got lines again and bump those up just a bit. That looks a little bit better. Yeah, I think that looks a lot better. Alright, we're getting there, we're getting there. Let's add in the inner circles for the dials, and then I'm gonna bring this image back up here. We got the inner circle, here's the outer circle of the dial, so that's the biggest part. So we need to make an inner circle, and then basically like a slash through the circle. So let's work on that. And to make it easy on ourselves, let's just take this and we're gonna lock our speaker box here. Our speaker, we're gonna lock that so we don't... Oh no, our selector knobs are good. Bring our knobs down here. Lock that. Lock our control box. We don't need to move that around. And do our main TV here. Oops. I'm gonna lock all this stuff. Might as well lock those right now too. Alright, and let's go to our controls. So in our control selectors here, we're gonna take these, and I think I'm gonna duplicate each one of these. then we're just gonna go like this. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna hold Alt and Shift and click and drag and make them a little bit smaller. Maybe go like that. But we gotta change the color on it. Otherwise, we're not gonna be able to see it. Let's go like this. Let's color it. Let's use our color picker tool here. And the beautiful thing about color picker is we can just pick a color and that changes our knob to that color. Beautiful, beautiful. Alright, let's do that with this one. Let's change the color of it since we have our color picker. We're just doing this a little bit opposite of what we did the other one, so we're still holding the Alt and Shift and then dragging this out. And it gives us a little guide there. That one's not perfect. Let's zoom in here so we can actually get it. Let's look at our guides. Bring a guide here. Alright, it's pretty close. Show guides. I think I'm going to clear my guides because we don't really need this anymore. Oh yeah, it's locked. Never mind. We can't move that because it's locked. So we just have to create new guides. And you can see that this, if we nudge it, we get it pretty close. This guide is off. Where we want it to be. So let's go like that. So get it centered. Hit both of those sides for the guide. There we go. Now we should be good. Alright, so we got that. Now let's make a little slashes here. Slash, and I think a slash this way. We can do that just by adding a line. So let's take this. And I'm gonna lock those up real quick. And we're just gonna do this. Actually, I want to find the middle of this. And I'm going to hit shift so it kind of stays vertical. I'm going to do that. And we'll escape from that. And we will not worry about a fill on this one. No fill. But we do want a stroke. Let's make it like a black, I guess. We can always change the color if we need to. Nope. Again, we gotta have it. No stroke. I flubbed it up. I flubbed it up. We're hitting Control Z to go backwards. There we go. Now we want to select our line. here? On our path. Oh, I might have been right. Alright, so that didn't work the way I wanted it to. Oh, I see what I did. I see what I did. We need to select right here. And then we need to drag it this way. We need to do it this way. There we go. That's what we're looking for. Now if we make this a bit bigger, and then give it like that. Let's go like a 15. Let's do 14. That'll work. And let's color it. This color. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. And this. And we're going to bring this down here. And we're going to spin this. Let's maybe going the other way. Like that. And you can see it's not exactly where I want it to be. So we're just gonna extend that a little bit. And it doesn't matter if it overlaps a little bit because it's going to be the same color as the background of that anyway. And even if we wanted to fix it, we could. We still could. Go up to this one here. This one's not exactly right. And you know what? Why don't we make these a little bit bigger? A little bit thicker. Let's go 25. And while we're at it, let's even make it a little bit lighter. You know, I don't like that. I like it the way it was. Alright, so we got that. Let's give it a little bit of feet. Let's give it some feet. We might have to give it an antenna. I don't know. Let's make this inner box. Let's go down here. Let's work on the inner box now. We kind of got the controls. Let's make sure that we got controls all named here. This is it's the top one. VHF. This is UHF. UHF handle. Oh. Well. Okay, so we got that. Let's make sure this is all where we want it. These are our selector knobs. So if we turn off our selector knobs, those should go bye-bye. Good, good. Our small knobs. This should all be as one, to be honest. So we're gonna put this. These are our lines. Speaker lines. We can delete this one. And let's just name this speaker. No, we call this controls, right? Let's actually turn this to here. Oh, fuck off. Let's go like this. Whatever, knobs, they're all here. We'll know that those are all the knobs. That's the speaker. Bye. Turn that off. Good. I'm happy with that. So we can lock those. Those are good. Roll that up. Now we're gonna work on this. Let's get rid of some of these guides. I want those guides in there. Let's get rid of that guide. Those guides. These guys are somewhere in here. Here they are. There we go. Controls are good. We can lock that up. We can keep that locked. And keep our main TV box locked. I'm gonna work on this one. Let's make this a little bit darker. Go like that. Too dark. Too dark. let's try that again here. Let's just go a shade darker here. Not dark enough. And we locked our thing again here. Inner box. There we go. Thank you. And let's just go. I'm gonna go down like maybe to here. That gives it a little bit of depth, I guess. Let's actually make maybe this box control box. Let's kind of give that the same color. Oh yeah, that works. That works. That works. I like that. Let's take our TV screen. Make this a little bit darker. Hit V to get that. Okay, I like that. That's looking nice. That's looking nice. I like that. Alright, let's add some feet to it. And I could get a little bit more detailed with it. These circles look really big to be what they are. So let's, now that I'm looking at it, take our little knobs here. Those three. And we're actually going to even zoom in. I'm going to make them a little bit smaller. Think like that. That looks a little bit better. I like that. Alright. So now, what I can do is, let's see here. Let's add some feet and an antenna. And we don't have a lot of space for an antenna to come up here, so what we're gonna do, since this is huge anyway, yeah, let's do that. Sorry, I was thinking. I think what I'm gonna do is, let's just take this off of here. That's our grid. We're gonna keep that on. Let's actually name that. Let's name it so we know what the heck it is. Let's take our TV. Whole shebangerang here. Let's shrink it a little bit. This one up here, so leave that one big. And now we can take this, and we can move it. Probably right there. And I'm just gonna add like a antenna, maybe going here, out here, I think. Do this. Add a new layer here. We'll call this antenna. Take this. I'm gonna lock it so that we can't mess with anything with the TV. The TV, let's see, let's do path. Something like this. And it's not letting me, because I gotta be selected on it. It's weird. Grid is off. Not sure why it's not letting me do the pen. Lets me do that just fine. Alright, well, we'll just, I guess, use this. And we're gonna do that. Okay, this is getting a little ridiculous. Straighten that back out. Kind of like that, I guess. And then let's do a stroke here. Click on it. Let's go like I'm gonna go 6. Double that here. We're gonna change this color. Make it more antenna looking. And we're gonna take this. There we go. And we're gonna move it under the TV. Or behind the TV, I should say. And then let's bring that down here. And we got our little antenna. Let's make it a little bit bigger. Hey, Mr. Cryfox, how are you? Am I a Hey, oh, and Russell Jimmys is here. Am I a graphic artist? No, not professionally. Not professionally. I wish. And then we're gonna add some circles to the top here, I think. We're gonna do something really cool with this. This is almost done for what I want to do, at least for now. I might add in details a little bit later, but we're really creating this so that we can put a webcam behind this TV. So this gray area that's right here will basically be where the webcam will be. So it'll look like whatever's on the webcam is on TV. Eventually. Let's finish this real quick. Let's add our little balls to the TV here. Give it some balls. Oh, thank you. I drew some stuff last night that I'm pretty hyped about. I'm probably gonna do another stream a little bit later today, but I'm trying to draw all my favorite album covers with ink and just redraw them. And I did Rancid's Out Come the Wolves last night, and I did a little picture of Tupac. I wonder if it's around here. I can show you. Oh yeah, it's right here. Let me switch to my drawing scene here. Give me a second. I'm upside down. Alright, let me take the camera. So that is it's all upside down, so it's hard to see. And it's it's backwards. Yep, I drew it backwards. But yeah, that's basically the Rancid one. That's all in ink. The Tupac one is all in ink. And then tonight I will be probably drawing Siamese Dream. The cover of Siamese Dream. Because that is one of my favorite albums too. Anyway, let's go back to this real quick. I'm seeing if my keyboard has little stands. Alright, let's add some balls to this here. Under the antenna, I'm gonna do a new sublayer. Call this antenna lines. Yeah, and those are pretty small too. Like they're probably about like maybe the size of a hand. Like it wasn't the Rancid one was hard to do because it's like all black and white and like it's like photocopied or whatever, so there's a lot of black ink to fill in. Especially with an ink pen. Alright, circles here. Let's make them a little bit like that. Set that to there. And we're gonna take this. And it should make another one there. Go like that. Hey now. You did not do what I wanted you to do. There we go. So basically what I'm doing is I'm hovering over it. I'm going to hit Alt and wait for it to show double arrows, kind of like that. That means you're copying it. And then if you drag it over, you just make a copy of it and put it right there. And bam! There's our antenna. But I don't really like the color of the antenna. Let's make it a little bit darker. Album review videos? You know what? That would be fun. I was telling my friends the other day that and I know Cryfox is listening here. I listened to the album Dope Smoker by Sleep. I have the album, and I love the album artwork. I love the album artwork, and I like metal. But that album like is mostly just rare, 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 rare. And like I guess I just wasn't in the mood for it the other day. Like I've listened to it before, and I was like, this is fucking sweet. But it's real sludgy. And I love the sludginess, but I don't think I was in the mood for it, and I was just like, what the fuck is this? So I was explaining to my friends who don't listen to metal, I was just like, yeah, there's this cool album I was listening to, and like, you know, like, but for 17, for like 3 sides of the album, I have it on vinyl, 3 sides of the album is just like, ring, 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 ring. Ah, it's so good. Ah, it's so funny. And I know not all their stuff is like that. Like there's the very last song is pretty great. Like not as much as that, but it's pretty great. Oh, it's a good one. It's nice. Like it's very drony, and but the album art, like the cover of the album is so fucking cool. So fucking cool. Let's make this antenna a little bit bigger here. Let's just make that grow a little bit. We're really reaching out to get all the little airwaves, right? And we're gonna change the color of it. So let's select this. Let's do this. Make it a little bit darker. Let's go like that. And then we gotta change the balls. Balls. Yeah! Cryfox is absolutely right. He says it's his favorite album. It's a 2-song album, but it's about 2 hours long. That's the way they, I think, isn't that the way Sleep does it though? Like they make very, very long songs. I never really listened to any other Sleep albums. I like it though. It's good to have metal. Good to have metal in your collection, you know? Alright, let's select the balls here. It didn't change the color of the balls when I selected everything because the balls also have a fill. If you see this, I've got the balls on here right now. It's got a stroke and a fill. We could probably take the stroke off, and then we'll just do a color picker, and we'll go with the color of that, and we're gonna have to switch that again because there we go. I like that a lot better. That stands out a little bit more. I know for sure that I like, I heard a little bit of it. I left, I was making dinner or whatever, and then I started drawing and just kind of got into drawing and listening to some jams. I'll have to listen to the rest of it though. Yeah, I missed a lot of it. I heard like maybe the first like 10-15 minutes of it. Okay, so let's call this good for right now. Let's turn off this grid and let's do some fun things with this. One thing that I want to do is, like I said, I want to have this so that I can put a webcam behind it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this layer on the TV. Let's unlock this. I'm going to take the TV screen. I can find it here. TV screen. That one. And we are going to lower the opacity on this. So basically, let's go like 25%. And I'm going to need to do something here. I don't know if I remember how to do this. I want to cut out this shape. Because right now, both of these backgrounds are on it here, right? I'm trying to remember how to do this. Let's see. I have to look it up because I forgot how to do that. In Illustrator, there we go. Alright, let's see here. Both shapes, so I have to select both shapes using selection tool. Or the Pathfinder tool, select minus front. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Let's select all three of these, right? Then I have to go to the Pathfinder tool. This will probably be super easy. Minus front. Nope. Didn't do that one right. Let's try this. Let's go with... Okay, Control Z. That's not what I wanted to do. I don't want minus front. Let's see. Oh, click. There we go. That's... No, that's still not right. Okay, this is complicated because I got a couple of them in here. And it keeps deleting the TV screen, which I don't want to do. So that's not what we want. So let's turn off. Let's do this just to make it easy. Let's lock all these, right? Come on, there we go. Gonna lock all the stuff that we don't want to mess with, because I don't want to fuck up all the cool stuff that I did. We're gonna turn off everything except for what we're working with. So let's turn off the antenna. Goodbye balls. Goodbye balls. Main TV box, we're working with those. Control box. It probably won't because it's locked. Alright. Stupid dumb thing. Stupid dumb thing. There we go. There we go. Now we'll just lock that one. That one. Okay, so that's just, these are what we're working with. The antenna has to go off too. There we go. So let's turn off the lock on these. Here's our TV screen. So I'm going to select all of these. Okay. I guess that kind of did what I'm looking for. We can leave it, I guess, without that. See what it did to our layers here. Here, we're gonna do this weird way. There's always another way to do it. We're gonna take this. We're gonna copy that. And take that off, right? Turn it off, we're gonna lock it. That's gonna be our TV screen. We're gonna do this. And this. And we're gonna go to our Pathfinder. We're gonna go to minus front like we did. Of course, it's not gonna work. Minus front. And then we're gonna go to this. And we're going to double this. I'm sure there's a way easier way to do this. But it's the way that I'm gonna do it right now. Lock that. Select these. Don't select that. Turn that on. Go to Pathfinder. Go to minus front. Of course it won't. Alrighty then. This out of the way. There we go. There we go. Okay, now we should be okay. Here's our TV screen. Turn that back on. Alright. We did it. Bye! Bye, Cryfox! Sorry, I'm reading the chat here. Milkbox Show, Take-A-Wish calls. Oh geez, Children's Viking Funeral with a Knight Rider car? Okay, I might have to listen to that. That sounds awesome. Asking mechanics if they install secret cavities in its car for people smuggling. Ah, nice. I've heard of them before. Yeah, isn't that the one with like it's like a female singer, right? And she like very operatic singing. I remember liking them. I'm pretty sure that's them. If not, correct me, please. Alright, let's turn all this junk back on. Okay, so now you can see through the TV here. You can see that under this we have, it's basically a hole, but we have our TV screen on. It's got a light gray, but you can see through it, which means that anything that is under this is going to have that light gray tint. So it will kind of look like, nope. Okay, I'll have to look them up. Let's take our antenna. We gotta move this up a little bit. Get rid of this lock. I'm gonna nudge this sucker up so it's not showing under there. So that will be good. Let's make our TV screen a little bit darker. Just gotta click on it. Ooh, knife party. Okay. Alright, I might be down with that. If you're on the like on my Discord or whatever, like please put a song in the music channel. Like your favorite song, that would be great. And then that I can add to the YouTube playlist too. There's a YouTube playlist with all this stuff on there. In fact, give me a second before you do that. Let me see if I can put Catbot, get him activated, and Catbot will do that for us. Oh, what did I call it? Just Catbot? Yep. Hopefully, if Catbot is working, I don't remember if I have him working right, but we'll give him a shot today. We'll try and make him work. Are you working, Catbot? Oh, he's being a butthole. We'll figure that out at some point. But I will make sure I write this down here. I don't know why Catbot's being a butthole today. Let me see if I can quick look at him. I might have renamed it. Where's this? Python scripts, projects. Let me see if he's in here. Ooh, it's getting hot in here. Yeah, I guess Catbot is down right now, but yeah, still put it in the chat, and I'll manually add it in there. That'll smack Catbot around and try and get him working later. I think I was doing a lot of testing last time, and it didn't work. I was messing around with them. Alright, so let's take this. Let's get back to this here quick. Let's take this. Change the color on it. I want it a little bit darker. So it actually looks like a TV screen, right? And let's change this to be just a little bit darker. I think 50% is going to be too much. Alright, let's turn back on all the other junk here that's not on. All the knobs and stuff. There we go. Alright, here's our TV. Let's minimize this. We're gonna delete this for the time. No, we're gonna hide that actually. hide our grid. We're gonna hide the TV. So we just got this. I'm gonna select everything here. And we're gonna go File. I'm gonna save it. Export it. There we go. Export as PNG here. Let's just go to the desktop. Where's my desktop? Desktop. Here we go. And we're just gonna save it as that. We're gonna use. Let's call this TV. And we save it as a PNG because if we save it as JPEG, it's going to take this white background and include that, and we don't want that because then we won't be able to see the TV screen. So I'm just going to do this, all one. Let's export that. So as you can see, what's going on here is that when I export it, you can see that checkerboard is basically going to be whatever it's going to be see-through. So we'll be able to see the TV. We won't be able to see the TV screen, so I'm just going to hit OK on that. And then let's minimize this here for a second. And I want to bring it in to OBS, and we're going to test it out. You won't be able to see this part of it though. You'll just be able to see my mug while I'm doing this. I'm going to add a image, and we'll just call this TV, and I just have to browse to the image. So basically what I'm doing is I'm adding an image into the OBS scene, and that image is going to be the TV. I can find it. Here it is, TV. You'll be able to see it pop up here in a second. Hit OK. Let's see, TV. So I have to make sure we can see it. It's huge right now. Here, let's just do this. Fit to screen. There we go. There's the TV, and as you can see that the TV is basically showing up without that. And if I move my webcam, let me lock the TV here. If I move my webcam, if I show you what's going on in OBS, it's going to show very funky. It's going to show like that. It's all trippy looking. But I can basically show you what I did real quick. If we look down, let me turn off the TV because it's in the way. If we look down here, this add button, all I did was I just went image, and I added the image in, and I scaled it down. But if we take this TV, put it back on here, and now I just move my webcam. Alright, let me move this back over here. That way it doesn't look as trippy. Hi Mom, I'm on TV! Alright, and then this. I'm just making the webcam fit in here. And then I just have to put the TV above my webcam. And here we are. I'm on TV. I'm on TV! And you can't really see the gray too much on it. If I move this over, you might be able to see what gray is. It'll let me select it, which it probably won't. Oh, I got it locked. There we go. I guess it doesn't really show the gray. We could turn the gray up a little bit more, but it kind of has a little bit of a hint of gray. A little bit. We can adjust it, but basically that's what we do. And if we wanted to, we could actually do that with the image of the TV. Let me actually open Photoshop, because I could probably do it better in Photoshop. So we're going to take this image here. We're going to copy it. Let me turn off the TV on this thing. You're going to actually see what's going on. Move my webcam back over the corner. Yeah, I like that I made it myself. Like if I switch over, let me quick switch over to the loading screen. What you can see is I'm about to do something like this. If you see that my webcam is like down in the in that area here, like in the tablet, and I can like turn it off and on, so it looks like I'm on the tablet. I'm going to do that with that TV screen. Get back to where I was here. So let's just go into Photoshop, and this will be a lot easier. This will be a lot faster. Let's just copy this. File new. We'll just paste it in here. Alright, I'm gonna get rid of this junk here. Control D to deselect if it will catch up here. Sometimes Photoshop is a little bit slow. Uh-oh, that's not good. Alright, and then we're gonna take this. I'm gonna drag this down so that it looks like it's supposed to be there. I don't know why it's not deselecting. There we go. Yeah, definitely. No, you're good. You're good. And then I'm gonna just click on this area here. So it basically gets the shape of that. And we're gonna go Control C, Control V. So we're pasting it into a new layer. And we're gonna take this. We're gonna delete it off of this original. There we go. And then we're just gonna take this. We're gonna take the opacity of that. We're gonna bring it down to maybe this. And let's actually do this. File new. Do a new layer here. Oops. doing that again. Control Z. That's not what I wanted. There we go. And turn this off actually. There we go. Oh no! Alright, so what I did is basically we just brought it in. Here, I'll show you. So this is basically the image. The background here, I'm just going to turn that off and completely delete that. Because we don't need that garbage. And then we'll just take our magic wand tool here and we'll click until we get the actual shape of the TV screen that we want. And I'm just going to hit Control C to copy it and Control V to paste it. And that pastes it into a new layer here. So with this, clicking on this new layer, I'm just going to use our magic wand tool again. And it's going to highlight everything that's around here. So I'm just going to go Control Shift I to inverse that. And now it's just got the TV screen selected. So if we turn this one off, and I click on the bottom layer and hit delete, it deletes the TV screen, and the checkerboard always means that you're going to see through it. So you can put anything behind it. And then we're going to take this TV screen and we're going to make it, let's go like a 60%. Let's try something around there, around 60%. So it's still got that gray. Shut up. Control D to deselect. I'm going to go Control A to select everything. Control Shift C to copy everything. We got a new layer here. This is 1920 by 1080. So I'm going to hit Control V to paste. And I'm going to kind of do what I did before so that it looks normal. I'm going to take this, just this side, right? Hit Control T to transform, which allows us to stretch that out. And do the same thing on this side. Box it in, hit Control T to transform. Stretch that sucker out. And now, I'm going to turn this background off of here. Delete that. And I'm going to hit Control Shift S to save it as something. We're going to go into the desktop here. We did before, and let's go Real TV. It's gonna have me save it, and then make it look funky in OBS again. So just looking kind of down in this section here, let me turn off my webcam real quick. Looking down in this little lower portion is where we're working, so I'm just going to add this, and it's going to ask me to up an image, so I'll click image. I'm going to name it Real TV and hit OK. And then I just got to find the TV, which is on my desktop. And you know what? We didn't save the TV the right way, so whoops. We saved it as, you can see the Real TV is saved as a Photoshop file. We don't want that. We want it as a PNG. Let me go back to this here. Good job, Ice Cat. Easy to fix though. Just go PNG, save it. Now we can do it the way that we want to. Here it is, Real TV. Open that up. Okay. Move this back over here. And you can see that's basically the background of my desktop, and then I just put my webcam under it. You can click on it. Yeah, it is. And then I'm on there, and I can put anything basically under that. If I wanted to put the, if I wanted to put my music under that, I could. Off my webcam here. My Spotify, you can see that's going on. Kind of a neat trick to use. And then I can always switch over to the other one too. I'll take Real TV off. And of course it's a little bit different because it doesn't have a whole background here, but you kind of get the idea of what's going on. Layers. Layers are fun. I think that's about it for this tutorial, at least. I really like this Real TV here. Turn that back on. I like that look. And then of course, like, I could always put it in Photoshop and like put something, other things around it. Anything there, but it's got, you can see it's kind of got that gray tint to it for the TV. And yeah. That's I think that's it for this stream. Unless I don't know. What time is it? 2? How long have I been doing this stream? For a while. I'll probably end this stream and then later on do a drawing, like pen and drawing. I just want to do some dishes here and do some other things. But if you came and you listened, I love you. It looks like this was honestly a test to test out to make sure that my everything worked, honestly, to make sure OBS was working and the music was working and it didn't jitter out and I could talk on it, and it looks like it's good. Russell Jimmy's Russell Jammies, thank you. I love you. You're awesome. Heart, 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 heart. Thank you to anyone else who's watching this later. And yeah, we'll catch you all a little bit later. Go to Prankcast. Make sure to check out other videos that I do. Whatever, you all know. You know what's going on. Anyway, I'll talk to you later. Bye.